All right, welcome to Jump Math. This is grade 6, book 2. We're looking at page 100, and we're talking about area and perimeter. So it's very important that you understand the difference between these two things. Area is the amount of space covered by squares of the same size, and perimeter is the distance around a rectangle. In this case, we're looking at rectangles. So perimeter means the distance around if we measured around the object. Okay? So A has a bunch of squares for you. It says measure the length and width of each rectangle in centimeters. Find the perimeter and area of each rectangle. So you find both perimeter and area. Write the answers in the table. So one of the unfortunate things here is that on my digital file I can't actually pull out a ruler because the scale gets changed. However, just by looking at this, I can see that B is going to be 3 centimeters here and 2 centimeters here. So hopefully that's true for what you measure on your page. So let's do A and B together down here. So A is 5 centimeters by 3, and B is 2 centimeters by 3. So I'm going to start with area for B. And so simply I do 3 centimeters times 2 centimeters. And that will give me 6 centimeters squared. So again, area is always the squares that cover a particular rectangle or shape, right? If I'm finding perimeter, I'm going back up here and I'm thinking, well, to find perimeter, I need to go all the way around. So to here, then to here, then to here, and back to here. So I'm measuring all of that. So if I'm thinking that this is going to be 3, this is going to be 2, this is going to be 3, this is going to be 2. So I add 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. Another way to think of it is what they've shown you down here is I've got 2 times my width. So I got 2 3-centimeter pieces, and I got 2 times my length. So I got 2 2-centimeter pieces. So just so you can see that as a color-coded thing, I'm just going to change some color. And you'll see that the 3 here is this 3 centimeter. I got 2 of those pieces, right? And then the 2 here and here, I've got 2 of those 2 centimeter pieces. So I go 2 times 2 and 2 times 3. So what does this all result in? This all results in 10 centimeters. And you'll notice the perimeter is measured in a length. It's in centimeters, not in square centimeters. And area is measured in a square unit. So in this case, centimeters squared. All right. I want you to try the rest of 1 on your own and see if you can answer the letters below. And pay very close attention that you're finding perimeter for perimeter and area for area. They're two very different things. Okay? Let's look at number 2 together. I'm going to do most of this one on my own for you, okay? So just copy this as notes. It says write an equation for the area of a rectangle with length 4 units and width 3 units. Well, we know area equals length times width, so I'm going to go 4 times 3. So there's the equation for it. Okay? And it happens to be 12 units squared, whatever the units happen to be. It says write another pair of numbers that multiply to 12. Well, what things multiply to 12? I can go 3 times 4, I can go 2 times 6, and I can go 1 times 12. Let's use 2 times 6 for this question. Okay? Now it says draw a rectangle on the grid with the length and width equal to your numbers. So now over here I'm supposed to draw this. So I'm going to start here and go, okay, we got 2 high, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, if you have a ruler, use a ruler. I cannot. So I'm just drawing it like that. There we go. We got 2 centimeters and 6 centimeters. Now D says, what's the perimeter of the rectangle in part A? Remember that to find perimeter, we have 2 lengths and 2 widths added together. So for A, I do perimeter equals 2 times length, which I'm going to do 4, plus 2 times width, which is 3, all right? And we're saying these are units, so they're not centimeters. We'll just call them units. So 2 times 4 is 8, and 2 times 3 is 6. So 8 plus 6 is 14 units. A has an area of 12 units squared, and B has an area of 12 units squared as well. Let's look at B. Is B going to be a larger or smaller perimeter? What do you think? Let's find out. We got 2 times 6 length plus 2 times 2 width. What is that? Well, 2 times 6 happens to be 12. 2 times 2 is 4. 12 plus 4 is 16 units for the perimeter for B. So B has a larger perimeter, and I'm just going to draw A over here just for fun, just so you can see it. So it's actually farther to go around B. So if I say B is orange, it's farther for us to go if we walked around this whole rectangle. That's a larger distance than if I walked around A. I'm going to do this blue color. If I walked around this rectangle, right? So the blue line is shorter by 2 units than the orange line. And that's, you can see that here, the 14 units and the 16 units comparison. Even though the area is the same, if I count up the blocks on the inside of this one, I'm going to get to 12 blocks. And if I count up the blocks on the inside of this one, I'm also at 12 blocks, or 12 units squared. All right. See what you can do with 3 and 4. They're getting you to draw some different squares or rectangles, and then you've got some notebook questions to do. So it's very important that you understand the difference between area and perimeter and how they're related. So a square can have different areas in the same perimeter, square or rectangle, and vice versa, a square and rectangle with the same area. But if it's a longer, narrower area, it's going to have a larger perimeter than if it looks more like a square, then it'll have a smaller perimeter, even with the same area. All right. I hope that helps. Good luck.